Good morning, dear students. Welcome to you all in my online class. The student who are watching the class live, you can comment on this live video using your name. So the student of class 9 and 10, this is a very important class for you. Today I will discuss about the right form use of the verbs, and this is very important topic for the student of class 9 and 10. So the student of class 9 and 10 who are watching the class, keep watching the class and comment if necessary. Just comment on this video and I can reply you after my class. Today I will discuss with you the 10 basic important rules for you. These 10 important basic rules are very much important for you. So dear student, you see on the board, here you see some of the examples, and these if you see these types of examples, just look at the examples. You see in these examples there are some main verbs. Yes, if you see the main verbs, in this main verb you see all the main verbs as or es. So what is the difference? What is the difference between this as or es? You know that these as or es and all the sentences are in present simple sentence, right? The subject is in third person singular, that's why we use as or es after the main verb. So what is the basic rule? If you see these types of sentences in your examination, you will use as or yes just after the main verb. Okay, so this is the first one rule. And now again you see some of the examples on the screen, and what are the differences or what are the similarities in these examples. Dear student, you see very clearly that these examples, in this example you see the verbs are in base form, I mean the present simple form. So why the verb is in present simple form? Because if you see the subject are in third person plural form and first person singular form. So if you find the subject is in third person plural form and the first person singular form, the verb will be in the base form when the sentence is in present indefinite. Suppose I play cricket and they play cricket. So if you see that these two examples here, the subject is in base form because I is here the first person singular form and they are here the third person plural form. So this is the second rule. Yes, I'll show you another more examples, and just look at the examples here on the screen. In these examples you see all the main verbs are in present simple form. So why the present simple form? Because in all the main verbs, before the main verb you see there are some auxiliary verbs, and these are called the modal auxiliary verbs. So dear student, after the modal auxiliary verb you will use the present simple form of the main verb. So this is the third rule for you. Okay, so the rule is again here, if the subject is third person or first person or second person, that doesn't matter, but if you see the modal auxiliary verb here, after the modal auxiliary you should use the base form of the main verb. So I think now it's clear to you. So if you have any questions, just comment on this video. After my class I will reply you soon. Okay, so now look at another some examples here. You see these there are some main verbs highlighted on the screen. You see that the main verbs, in this main verb the verbs are in past participle form. You see the examples very carefully. You see that the verbs are in past participle form. So why the past participle form, or when you can use this verb in past participle form? So dear student, you see just before the main verb you see there are some verbs also. These are called auxiliary verb. You see have, has, had, like that. So there are some auxiliary verbs. After these auxiliary verbs the main verb will be the past participle form. So I think the rule is now clear for you, or clear to you also. So now I will discuss another rule for you. You see this rule, and in this there are some examples Just keep watching the examples and try to find out the differences between this rule and the previous rules. So what is the basic difference here? You see in this sentence, these sentences, you see the verb is in past participle also. So why the past participle? Because these sentences are in passive form. So how can you see the passive form? If you see the auxiliary verb, then in that type of case you will see that these are the passive voice. These sentences are passive voice. So the rule is here, while you are watching a sentence or while you are finding a sentence in passive form in the question paper, you must use the passive form or you must use the main verb in past participle form. So I think it's clear to you now. So dear student, this is another rule for you, and in this rule, before going to discuss the rule, I will show you some of the examples here. In this screen you are watching some of the examples, and in this example you see that there are some other verbs and the verb are in ing form. Suppose you see that the verbs in ing form and these verbs are highlighted on the screen. So why the verb is in ing form or gerund form? Because in these sentences you see that there are two main verbs. The two main verbs in all the sentences. Just highlighted I'm highlighting the sentences for you. So in this, if you find the two verbs in a simple sentence, you should use the ing form, gerund form, just the second verb. So this is the basic rule. The rule is about, if in a simple sentence you will use the gerund form, just second verb. Okay, this is the basic thing. The same thing you can write in different way. So what's the way? Just watching the sentences here. In this example, you see some of the other examples. In this example, the second verb is in base form, but before base form we use to. So why we use to? Because there are two main verbs. After the first main verb and before the second verb we use to. So this is called infinitive to. And these types of sentences is called infinitive sentences. So why we use to? If you find that two main verbs in a simple sentence, we should use to before the second verb. So dear student, you can use two different ways. You can use gerund or you can use infinitive also. For learning the right form use of verbs, you should know these types of basic rules. So dear student, today I will finish my class here today, and so if you have any question, you can comment on this video or you can connect with me. I will reply you soon. So keep watching my class and see you next time. Till then, Khuda Hafiz.